Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Redline Archeology YouTube channel video. I wanted to put this one together because I've dug up a whole bunch of collections in the last quarter of 2023, leading right up to Christmas. And I've posted a few videos on there, written a couple blogs about some of the finds that few of them came in like on one day and so many more. But, you know, I'm posting up just the more interesting collections that we dig up here at Redline Archaeology and the ones that really capture the imagination from way back when, back in the 60s and early 70s, of these amazing toy cars that were designed by some of the major car designers of the day from some of the major car brands. Most of you probably already know the history of Mattel, but I just wanted to share some cars, just a little grouping of 8 cars that came in recently in all these collections, which were a lot. And I did, like I said, posted a few videos on the YouTube channel. And Carmine Francis Ford Cantwell Jr. himself has done another spectacular video that I'm still having trouble downloading to my YouTube channel, but I did post it on my Redline Archaeology Facebook page, which is a member-only page for many reasons. And, you know, if you want to join, just go there, send, just press the button to join. And if you meet the standards of this group, come on in. We'd love to have you. But other than that, that's where I'm posting all my collections, basically, that come in and the videos that I do for that. Like I said, YouTube channel has over 70 videos now, but there's certainly more coming. There's working on a few deals right now, and more inquiries as we speak. And my Redline Archaeology website is going through an overhaul right now as well. And we've added a seller's review page, which already has, I think, 4 sellers' reviews on there. From what I can remember, immediately, as soon as it went up, it's a really nice guy, Alan Sherwood, Tim Dunn, a few others, have posted really nice complimentary things about me and Redline Archaeology and their experience selling collections to me. So let's get started without further ado. Let me start with some of the more common, but what makes these pieces, like I always say, uncommon is the condition. Now, this is just a spectacular US Porsche 917. It's one of my favorite Grand Prix, if not my favorite. I'm a Ferrari guy. That's in my blood, but I just really, really dig this casting, especially in this apple green color. I really can't find even a thing wrong with it, not even a factory flaw in this car. And that's what's so amazing about it. It's just really, really a spectacular piece. I just wanted to share it with everybody that the collection this came out of was just across the board almost unplayed with. It certainly would have been played with if it was in my collection back in the 60s, early 70s, but it really was untouched. I also did get a really nice magenta US white interior Beatnik Bandit in one of the recent collections before the end of the year. And this is another one that's just got almost an overchromy type of look to it. It's not an overchrome, as we know, and that shiny base. It's like a mirror and everything about it. I mean, everything. Another one that I really couldn't even find a factory flaw with it, pretty much, except on this one side, there's a couple little tiny scratches, even though if you can even see them, really tiny. But just a spectacular and desirable piece in that color with the white interior. 2 that came in, these both came, I think, from out west. 257 birds. Now, I like this casting in certain colors, especially gold, which you don't see very often. I don't see gold in many of the castings that Mattel put out in the first 5 years. But this is just another one, just spectacular all around. All 4 sides, both sides, front and back, top and bottom. Just a shiny, shiny gold. Gold usually got toned out back in the day, but not in this instance. In this one of my favorite colors, other than purple and orange, is antifreeze. Now, remember antifreeze, I was told a long time ago from a collector friend who's no longer in the hobby, local guy to me, really nice guy. He said, Bob, how you can tell antifreeze from like a lime yellow or a lime green is the milkiness to it. And it's so true. The lime yellows and the lime greens have that spectraflame, shiny, reflective look, whereas the antifreeze, as you can see here, has that milky paint type of look to it. So that's how you tell the difference. Now you put this next to a lime yellow or a lime green, you'll tell right away that it's certainly antifreeze. But this is one of my favorite pieces that came in recently. It's this antifreeze 57 bird. Another great piece was this faded out. It was a red, as you can see between the two stripes on top. So I'm not claiming this to be an overchrome, pink or anything. But it's evenly toned except between the stripes because they're covered up with the sticker plastic. But just a phenomenal piece for anyone's collection. And this is very well sought after piece as well. And this came from the Ottawa, Tennessee collection that Alan owned. Just a beauty. And it goes right in my personal collection of about 15 cars is all I keep. So, but I keep the cars that I like, not so much the most valuable ones. I've never done that. I mean, I've had crazy cars over the years, like a true orange Cord that's sitting in somebody's safe or collection. Maybe you're watching this video from over 20 years ago I picked up, and many others that are just amazing, amazing pieces. I write about them all in both of my books. This is my second book that came out 2.5 years ago. Still, I think it's ranked number 58 in its category to this day out of the top 100, which is, I think, really a compliment to what I do. So I'm going to show you this hot heap first, which local guy, friend of mine, picked it right out of the collection. As soon as he saw the collection of about 70 cars, he goes, "What is that?" Now you can tell that it's riveted on the bottom, professionally done, factory. But look at the wheels on the front. These come from some type of, couldn't find it. I actually sent this off to one of the original designers that worked at Mattel back in the day during this time. And he was going to research it for me and send it around to his, his think tank group and see if they had any opinions on this. So who knows if this was something they were trying to do back in '67. Maybe it was a test car or something, but there was no interior that came with it, no windshield. Not sure if it fell out or if that's just the way they presented it. I can't imagine because you got the hole in it there. So maybe it was just something. And this collection that this came in did have a connection to a former Mattel employee. So the provenance on this was lending itself to something very unique. But if you have any opinions on this or comments, please just message me on Facebook. But hot heap in this antifreeze color, crazy. Then these two both came out of individual collections, but both of them had provenance with a direct link to a former Mattel employee from '67 into the late '70s. Now this one I got a while ago, but I've kept it the whole time because I just really like the color, the combo, the US white interior, stunning condition. Some crazy cars came in that collection too. There's a video about it on my YouTube channel. But this had a black base on it. And look at the back of it, how it runs up the back as well. So it's not like it's tarnished or anything like that. I did have another friend of mine who's into metallurgy and construction. And he looked at it and he told me, no, it wasn't faded, Bob. That was a certain metal that they used. So maybe they were trying back in '67 when they were designing these cars, to get ready for release in '68. Maybe they were trying black bases on these cars. Because as you can see, the engine bay is all shiny, right? So they didn't run it into the engine bay. Now, like they did on the club cars, on the spoilers, they blackened out that. And that's where this guy comes in. I just got this recently. And the same thing, provenance of a former Mattel employee. It's not painted, it's not tester paint or anything like that. The bottom is chrome, but I don't know if this was supposed to be a club car and they just left the engine bay black like it is in the heavy Chevy and the club cars of that era. But it's just odd. I've never seen one I've never seen a Hong Kong white interior, red heavy Chevy with a black engine bay. Very unique. I thought it was tester painted, and I had at least half a dozen local guys who've been in the hobby for a long time look at it. And they're like, no, that we put it right up against the heavy Chevy club car, and it was exact. So these are just 8 unique cars that I thought everyone would be interested in seeing. There's so many more in all the collections that they came in. A lot of stunning cars, a lot of great condition cars, which still baffles me to this day that kids of my era really sat on these cars and really took great care of them. And really, it appears they didn't run them down the track, whereas I ran them all down the track. And I had my favorites, and those were beat up more than the other ones. But, you know, this is fantastic for the hobby. And, you know, my goal has always been to get these out in the hobby at a reasonable price. And I've done it all these years, and I continue to do it. And I can guarantee you, almost guarantee you, that you have a car or many cars from the cars I've dug up over the last 30 some years. Last count, we were between 30 and 40,000 estimated cars that I've brought out of people's garages, basements, attics, storage facilities, whatever it may be, blister packed, track sets, whatever it is that I've put out in the hobby. I put 99.9% on back in the hobby. I'm not a collector at heart. I like finding things. I'm an antiquer pretty much, but I'm not a collector per se. And have I had big collections over the years? Oh yeah, I've had cases full of these things, but it was just a holding spot before they went to sale or trade, or, you know, raking cars to people. I've given away a lot of cars, and I continue to do it to this day. So so that's it. I'll give you a final, 2-foot view of the cars. There they all are. 8 very unique pieces that came in. Other than the one Camaro, they all came in within the last, I'd say, 6 weeks. All right. Well, happy collecting. If you haven't purchased either of my books, I think you'll get a kick out of it. A lot of it is stories about me growing up as a entrepreneurial spirited kid of a World War II veteran, son of a World War II veteran, that just loved his Hot Wheels. I loved playing sports and all that too, but Hot Wheels were my rainy day fun, and other days. You know, we just had so much fun with these cars. We really enjoyed them, and they will always hold a special place in my heart. So happy hunting. This book has a whole section on how to do what I do, from grassroots all the way up to having a full-blown website, blogs, YouTube channel, all the stuff that I do. And like I said, my site is getting a refresher now, and more blogs are being added, and more photos and recent YouTube channel videos are being added to it, and giving it a whole new fresh look. So I hope everyone has the experiences that I have, even if it's just one. It's like Christmas 1968 all over again. Open up these cars and dusting them off from these original collections. And I do not buy off of collectors. I only buy off of people who've just pulled these out of storage, and original one-owner collections is my goal. And I usually turn over the collector's collections to people that I trust and friends of mine, and they have great success with that, but it's just not my thing. I'd rather dig up the original stuff. It's like digging up an old dinosaur bone or Indian arrowhead, like I used to do when I was a little boy. But I talk all about it in my books. So they're available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Walmart, all over the place. You can pick up my books. All right, so take care, and I'll see everybody soon. RedlineArcheology.com, signing off.